You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
Beginning in a comfortable seat, let's take our Abhaya Hridaya Mudra. This is our fearless heart seal, and simply bringing the right wrist behind the left, interlacing index finger, middle finger, keeping the ring finger clear, and then interlacing the little finger, and the ring finger then just simply folds back and connects to the thumb. Draw the thumbs in towards the heart center, and if this mudra or seal does feel a little uncomfortable and tight in the fingers, please just release and bring the hands into prayer or Anjali mudra at heart center. We use this mudra to find the courage to keep your heart open and loving, especially during difficult times in your life when fear, hate, or anger may pull you away. So find a steady and comfortable breath as you sit here with Abhaya Hridaya Mudra. Drawing into the heart space, breathing in and out of equal length. The inhale feeds energy, prana, to the entire body, and the exhale allows a deeper sense of letting go, releasing what you do not need here and what does not serve you. As you release the mudra to the knees, just release into the fingers. Give them a little stretch, clenching the fists nice and lightly, wiggling, moving into the wrists, circling one way and the other. Get some mobility back in after that seal. Let's take alternate nostril breath, which is our pranayama of Nadi Shodhana. So the two fingers, the index finger and the middle finger, may just come straight up to the third eye area between the eyebrows. The right nostril is closed off by the thumb, and your left nostril is closed off by your ring finger. So breathing in normally through both. And slow, deep exhale through both. Close off the right nostril with your thumb. Breathe in through the left. Close off the left with your ring finger. Exhale out of the right as you open. Keep that right nostril open, breathing in. Close off the right with the thumb. Open left, exhale. That's one complete round. And you can continue at your own pace, breathing in left, opening right, closing left, exhaling. Breathing in right, closing right, opening left, exhaling. So that's one round, and you use your own rhythm and your own pace of breath. Notice how each breath, inhaling and exhaling on each nasal passage, might differ. And just draw the focus up towards the third eye and feel these effects of this calming, purifying and stilling pranayama, bringing you into this moment, into the present. When you have completed maybe 5, maybe 10 rounds, releasing the breath through your left nostril and releasing the hand down to the knees and breathing in normally through both nostrils, just feeling those effects. Taking time to open the eyes and begin to come out of your seat. And let's take our tabletop position here, preparing for our cat and cow. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Breathing in for your cow, opening the chest, exhaling for your cat. Really using the breath to initiate the movement through each and every vertebra. Steady, controlled breath, movement. And feel the front and the back spaces of your heart here. Extending the right leg back behind you and bending at the knee for glute pulses. Flexing into the ankle and pushing up through the heel, just lifting up that right leg. Open out the hip and then release back to tabletop. Left leg extends behind you, glute pulses on the left, bent at the knee, 90-degree bend into the knee and the ankle, pushing up to the sky with the heel. Open the hip and maybe take the gaze towards that open toe. Bring back into tabletop and reach the fingertips forward as you lower yourself all the way down onto your belly into prone position. Just sway out here through the hips and bring the hands down by the side of the rib cage as you just gently press up into your dancing cobra. So a dancing cobra is just moving rib cage, chest, shoulders, sides of the body, left and right. You might like to introduce the head and the neck. And once you've done a few circles one way, change the rotation and dance to the opposite side. So really feel every part of the rib cage and the sides of the body moving there, and then gently lowering back down. The head comes to the back of the hands. Taking hold of the right foot with your right hand. Quadriceps stretch here as you draw in the heel towards the buttock. Lengthen the thigh away from you, drawing the hip flexor downwards to the mat. You can always introduce a little chest lift here, lifting the gaze and the chest away from the mat. Change sides. Left arm sweeps back, opening up through the chest and the shoulder, taking hold of left foot and drawing that heel in towards the buttock. Lift and extend the thigh away, drawing the hip flexor down, and then maybe giving yourself that little option of lifting up with the chest. So the forearms bent out in front of you there. It's a half bow. Releasing the leg, letting it float down, coming back and just swaying out through the hips once more. Extending the right toes away as you lift the right leg. Few pulses here. Single leg lotus lifts. Starting to engage through the spinal extensors. Glutes are engaged. Swapping to the left. Reaching those toes away from you, extending through the leg and the thigh, keeping the hips nicely planted. And last time, bringing that leg down. Pressing back through tabletop and taking the knees a little bit wider, maybe hip width, and coming into melting heart pose. Coming into your forearm plank, lowering the hips, pressing up to cobra. Tucking the toes, exhaling, and coming back into your bent-legged downward facing dog, pressing the chest back towards the thighs. And when you're ready, releasing into walking dog, pedaling out left and right heels, and releasing on the exhale into downward facing dog for a few breaths. Finding calm and stillness there, maybe moving the neck a little to release tightness. Walking the feet all the way forward to the front of the mat. Inhale as you lengthen the spine here. And exhale, take a fold over the thighs. Really trying to get the belly and the chest down over the thighs. You can always keep those knees bent. Let the head relax here. Soften through the neck and slowly, take your time, come up to standing. And let's stand at the front of our mats. Bring the hands into heart center at Samastiti. Let's find our sun salutations. Breathing in, arms out to the side, palms meet above the head. Exhale, swan dive. Fold. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, fold. Step back with the right leg and the left into a high plank. Lower the knees. Let's find heart pose. Inhale into your forearm plank. Exhale, lower the hips to the mat. Inhale, back extension cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes back into your downward facing dog. Right leg up and back behind you, three-legged dog. Open up the hip here. That right leg comes in towards the chest and out to the left side of your mat as you open up into fallen triangle. Bring yourself back into twisted plank. Send the leg back up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Opening out to the left side of your mat into wild thing. And bring yourself back into plank. Lowering knees, heart pose. Inhale into your forearm plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. That is your connecting vinyasa. Left leg lifts this time. Open the hip, open the knee, and the knee comes forward in towards the chest. You send it through to the right side of your mat as you open the arm to the sky, fallen triangle. Bring that leg back into three-legged dog, and it goes over again to that right side of the mat as you lift up into wild thing. Push the hips up towards the sky, reach the arm back. Bring yourself back into high plank. Connecting vinyasa, knees down, heart pose, melting the chest down. Inhale, come forward into your forearm plank. Exhale, lower the hips, hands come by the ribs. Cobra, and take it back into downward facing dog. Take a breath, in and out, step, right foot forward. Come into a high lunge here as you sweep the arms back behind you, interlace the knuckles. They press down through the back thigh. Step forward to the front of your mat into that fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthening the spine away. Exhale, release the head and neck in fold. Inhale, bring yourself back up to standing. Hands meet back at the heart center. Inhale, let's repeat that. Upward salute, exhale. Swan dive, fold, bent or straight legs. Inhale, half lift, reach the crown of the head away. Exhale, fold, step back, left leg this time. Right leg into your high plank. Lower knees, heart pose, connecting vinyasa. Come forward onto the forearms. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back extension of cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts this time. Open up the hip and then gently bring the knee in towards the chest. Draw it in tight. Send it through to the outside of your mat. Open up, fallen triangle. Bring the hand back down, twisted plank. Send that leg back up, three-legged dog. Open up the hip into your wild thing. Reach up towards the sky. Open the heart, open the spine, and bring yourself back into high plank, connecting vinyasa, lower knees. Melting heart, exhale. Inhale, forearms. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Open the hip. And then bring that knee in towards the chest. Send it through and under you, reaching up. Arm raises to the sky, lift the hips. Bring yourself back into that twisted plank as you lift the leg up into three-legged dog once more. Goes over the top, wild thing, reaching up and back behind you. Beautiful. Bring yourself back into the center, connecting vinyasa as the melting heart comes in on your exhale breath. Come forward onto the forearms for your plank here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and step forward, left leg. High lunge, interlace the fingers behind the back. Send the knuckles down the thigh. Step forward to the front of the mat as you exhale, all the way over the legs. Inhale, lengthen spine to half lift. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, press through the feet, use the core, bring yourself up, and the hands come back into heart center. Let's repeat. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, melt and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back right, step back left. Find your high plank as you come into the connecting vinyasa. Melting heart, forearm plank, cobra, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, open up the knee and the hip, send it through to fallen triangle, reaching up that top arm. Bring yourself back into center, three-legged dog, over the top, wild thing. Really lift up and inhale, extend and expand. Bring yourself back to plank. Connecting vinyasa, melting heart as you breathe out. Forearm plank. Lower down, inhale cobra, back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, open up, and send it through, fallen triangle. Reach the fingers to the sky, bring yourself back into plank as you extend on the three-legged dog once more. Open up into wild thing. You're on the right side of your mat here. And bring yourself back into plank for connecting vinyasa, knees down, heart pose. Melt the chest to the mat. Come forward onto the forearms. Lower down, inhale, cobra. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out as you come to a child's pose. Take a moment to pause after those dancing warrior sun salutations. Coming into tabletop, tucking toes, back into downward facing dog. Lifting right leg up and back behind you. Send the leg through to the front and drop the left knee nice and lightly down to the mat. Taking the hands to the knees and just staying in this nice low lunge as you sink the hips towards the front heel. Raising the arms is a choice up towards the sky. Little back bend here, lifting gaze, lifting chest, tucking back toe, and coming up into a high lunge. Really bending into the front knee, and little pulses here as you drop the back knee down, maybe a centimeter, an inch away from the mat, and then your back bend there into that crescent lunge, Anjanasana. Bring yourself center. Step forward with conviction into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Any choice of arms here out in front of you is a little bit more challenging than aeroplane arms out of the side. Plant the back foot and open it up. And take it back into plank, connecting vinyasa. Melting heart. Forearm plank, knees off or off, on or off the mat. Cobra, and back to your downward facing dog. Preparing for the left side. So that's our lunge sequence. Left leg lifts, bring it through to the front. Dropping gently the right knee, and hands come to the front knee thigh as you exhale, sinking hips downwards. Raising arms, little back bend here, little lift the gaze, open the chest, lengthen through the lower back, tuck the back toe, strong legs here as you lift up into high lunge. Dropping that back knee nice and gently, 3 times down to the mat. Trying to keep that bend into the front knee, little back bend there. Stepping forward with conviction into the front, supporting leg, lifting the back leg into your Warrior 3. Arms can reach forward or out to the side. Making sure those toes turn down on that extended lifted leg in that Warrior 3. Gently plant the back foot, Anjanasana, hands come down, back into plank, connecting vinyasa, melting heart. Forearm plank. Lower the hips. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out as you walk the hands towards the feet at the back of the mat. Take a fold and press through the feet. Use the core. Bring yourself all the way up into that beautiful back bend of an upward salute, pushing pelvis forward, lifting out of the lower back. Reach those fingers back behind you. Hands come back into the center, heart space. Let's find a balance here. Take a moment to stabilize through the left supporting leg. Really feel grounded. Draw in the right knee to the chest. Work through that right ankle a little bit as you rotate and circle. Take it back into a quad stretch. We started off doing this in our prone position. We are coming into Natarajasana, dancer pose. Right arm reaches on the inside of your foot and the left arm reaches up to the sky. Keep the chest and the gaze lifted. Few breaths. Hug the knee and come back to standing. Left leg. Hug it in tight to the chest. Rotate the foot, toes, ankles. Take the quad stretch as you bend it back behind you, heel to buttock. Opening up into the left side of the body, the left armpit, left chest, changing the grip on that left foot, pressing the foot into the hand, reaching the right hand up. Keep the gaze lifted. If you look down, you tend to go down. And hug that left knee back in towards the chest, long spine, and both feet come back down. Mountain pose. Take a few breaths. Sweep the arms out to the sides, breathing in. Exhale, swan dive, or just melt the chest here, all the way into your fold. Inhale into your half lift. Really feel long through the spine here. Get the belly, the chest down towards the thighs and walk the hands out all the way forward to the front of your mat into plank as you lower the knees. Come back into melting heart pose. Inhale into your forearm plank. Exhale, lower all the way into prone. Press through cobra and move back into downward facing dog. I'm hoping that your spine is Really feeling the benefits of those connecting vinyasas. Right leg lifts, step through to the hands, dropping the left knee down to the mat, come into your low lunge. Take a nice twisted lunge here. The arms reach out to the sides. You're turning the chest towards the right thigh, right side of your mat. Lift the back knee into that high twisted lunge. Hands come into prayer at heart center. Left elbow comes to the right knee. Gaze towards the top right elbow here and really open the right side of the body. Left hand comes down on the inside of your right foot and open up into revolved triangle. Right hand might be on the sacrum or to the sky. Bring yourself back into center. Take the leg back into plank. Find a connecting vinyasa. Melting heart. Forearm plank. Lower the hips. Cobra. And downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Sweep it all the way through to the front. Find that low lunge once more. Lifting the arms up towards the sky and then finding the twist as you open the arms to the side of you, shoulder height, turning the chest to the left thigh, left side of the mat, lifting your back knee, strong, and drawing the hands in towards the heart center as the right elbow comes towards the left knee. Press those palms together. Take the gaze to the top left elbow. Bring yourself back into center. Plant the back foot. Find the positioning for this revolved triangle. Right hand comes on the inside of your left foot and the left arm reaches up towards the sky or it stays on the sacrum. Really rotate through the spine there in that revolved triangle. Step back into plank and lower down all the way to the mat. Bringing yourself into prone. Swaying out the hips. Let's start to slow down our practice now, coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows are nicely placed underneath the shoulders. Forearms are out in front of you, the shoulders away from the ears, and you're dropping through the pelvis. Feet might be together, they might be a little bit apart, but really find the breath here. Lowering the body down. Sway out through the hips, really let the belly drop in towards the earth. Really relax through the spine. Sweep the arms back and lift up into locust. Feet are lifting. Fingertips reaching back towards the back of the mat. Reach, reach, reach. Keep breathing, keep relaxing the face, smiling. Reach, reach, reach a little bit more and lower down to the left cheek. Sway out. Place the hands by the rib cage, press back and come to the back of your mat into kneeling. Come up to a high kneel. Place the hands at the base of the spine, either fingers facing up towards the shoulder blades or facing down. Coming into Ustrasana, camel pose. Your camel pose here, supporting the spine if you need to, or you might release the hands down onto blocks, onto the heels. Maybe you've tucked your toes so your heels are a little bit higher. Really push the pelvis forward, open the chest, relax the forehead. Come out of camel when you're ready, back to kneeling. Breathe. And swing the legs around for Ardha Matsyendrasana, half spinal twist. The left leg is across the right knee and your right arm lifts, turning towards your left thigh. Opening up the chest to the left side of the mat here into this spinal rotation. Breathing in, lengthening the spine. Breathing out, deepening the rotation. Bringing yourself back into center, going all the way around, lifting the legs, lifting the buttocks, and that means that you come back to the front of the mat with the right leg over the left. Left arm lifts, twisting towards the right thigh. Opening up the chest to the right side of the mat. Lengthening the spine on your inhale, deepening the rotation on your exhale. Not too much weight goes into that back hand. It's simply there for a little bit of support, a little bit of leverage. Return back into center. Release the legs. And let's shuffle forward just a little bit to the front of your mat. And take time to slowly roll down through the spine. Come all the way down to your back. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Start to roll out through the spine, massaging lower, middle, upper back, shoulders. Place the soles of the feet down on the mat. Lift the hips up into bridge. Make sure those toes are facing forward, heels are slightly turning out, and they are underneath the knees. Maybe you interlace the fingers underneath the buttocks. As you push into those knuckles and arms, you might come a little bit deeper into the bridge and come up onto the tiptoes. Maybe releasing one leg at a time, so single leg bridge. Right and left legs lift. As you lift that leg, keep those hips nice and lifted. Those hips don't drop. Bring both heels back down. Release the hands. Release from the bridge. Draw the knees in. Dead bug. Arms go up to the sky. Legs go up to the sky. Open the arms out to the side of you at shoulder height. Really relax here through the chest and start to bring the feet closer over the head, maybe coming into your snail or halasana. Snail is simply with bent knees and the knees come down to the forehead or down towards the ears and the shoulders. Straight legs, toes go back behind you. Maybe they're touching the mat. Support the spine as you need or release the hands down along the mat. Slowly, with control, roll down shoulders, upper, middle, lower back. Legs lift up to the sky and then use abdominals to slowly lower those feet and legs. Take a moment to breathe in Shavasana. Preparing for fish pose. Hands come underneath the buttocks, palms face down. Getting all the way up onto the elbows there and the forearms, opening the chest. And maybe the head drops back behind you if the neck allows, or you can simply look along the body here. Finding a steady breath, maybe you lift the legs a few inches away from the mat. Uses a bit of core strength there and spine strength. Bring yourself back into center, nice and steady. Release the hands. Take a moment to rest in Shavasana. Allowing the body to recover from this posture. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Arms out to the side and just windscreen wiper. Knees out to right. Reclined twist. Really let those knees become heavy. Trying to anchor through the left shoulder. Really slowing the pace down now. Knees come back into center. Dropping gently over to the left. Maybe gazing towards the right fingers, right palm, and really anchoring through the right shoulder here. Feel the breath in these rotations. Bring back into center. Hug the knees in. And let us prepare for your final relaxation to reap all of these benefits of this heat, heart, flow practice, exploring the kindness, the compassion, the self-love for yourself in your practice, balancing the Anahata Chakra, the heart chakra. And as you lie here now for a few minutes of peace and silence, I will give you that silence to yourself. So just remaining present, trying not to let the mind wander until it needs to at the end of the practice. But for now, I will leave you in silence. Beginning to take a deeper breath here, bringing your awareness back to your surroundings, back on the mat and into the body as you begin soft movement to the hands, to the feet, choosing to stretch out, reaching the arms up and back behind you, gently drawing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe the head comes to the knees. And take time here to roll over to one side and bring yourself back up into that comfortable seat where we began our practice together. Bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra at heart center, really feeling the thumb against the sternum here, and just feel the front and the back of your heart space. Checking in with yourself, how you feel after the practice. Preparing your mind for the day. And always thank yourself. And I thank you. Namaste.